BlackRock giving you the blueprint to become a millionaire in this next bull run or in the next couple of years in the biggest wealth transfer in history. BlackRock is now encouraging the baby boomers to help the next generation. So in today's video, we're going to break down how Larry Fink has totally flipped the script. But remember, they are the largest asset manager in the world. Pretty much everything you touch, BlackRock has their hands in. And they're bringing the baby boomers into this new digital age, digital currency, AI technology. And we're going to share with you how this is going to transition the whole world. My name is Coach JB. What I work to do is make very complex macro and microeconomic strategies very simple so the normal everyday person can implement them. We're here to help as many people as possible as we make this transition. So I have two amazing free resources for you. Number one, you can set up a free, absolutely free consultation with my licensed insurance team. We teach you how I insure my wealth and my profits with life insurance, not the type of life insurance you've usually learned about, but how the wealthy secure their money. So if you click the description down below in this video or in my social media platform, click the link, set up a free consultation. I also have a free book that shows you exactly what I talk about on the back end of every video, showing you my diversification strategy. So let's dive right into this video. So we know that Larry Fink has completely flipped on us. And they all have, right? JP Morgan was telling you to look this way, told you Bitcoin's, did he say the pet rock? Yeah, he said a pet rock. Warren Buffett actually hates cryptocurrency, but he invested. One of his biggest investments in 2023 was Nubank, which is a cryptocurrency bank. So they tell you one thing, but on the back end, they're investing in it. Okay. Jamie Dimon told you cryptocurrency is a fraud. It's a pet rock, but he has JPM. He has his own blockchain technology. You had Larry Fink, who told you to look this way, told you it's used for money laundering, and now launched a Bitcoin ETF and is encouraging baby boomers to move into digitization, the digitization of money. So let's break this down. So this is how I do my investing. I follow the wave of money and the wave of energy as it moves through the system. I don't get emotional. I don't chase pump and dumps. I don't chase markets. I don't chase the charts. I look at where the big asset managers are taking us, and I make my best guess, educated guesses on where I'm going to put my money in the future. And as that money hits and as it goes up, I pull profits, I bring it down the risk pyramid, and I put it into insurance where I can borrow against it tax-free and continue to build my family's wealth. So BlackRock, new tokenization fund, bridge, TradeFi, crypto closer. Okay. So let me read that again. BlackRock's new tokenization fund brings TradeFi crypto closer. So the launch of a Build BU IDL fund is significant because of the way in which the investment manager has brought the key ecosystem partners from both the TradeFi world and the crypto sector, the report says. So BlackRock last week unveiled its first tokenized fund on public blockchains. The investment managers involved key institutions from both the TradeFi world and the crypto sector. And then on-chain funds could be a new category of growth for asset managers. Guys, I'm telling you, it moved so quickly from this is not a legit asset class to now it is the asset class, right? Remember, BlackRock was tapped by the Federal Reserve in 2008 to balance out the markets. BlackRock was tapped by the Federal Reserve again in 2020 to balance out the markets. And I'm going to share with you a video that Larry Fink did yesterday where he's talking about the baby boomers, guys, and the fact that we need to get them into this new wave of technology because, guys, they are living longer. The average lifespan was about 67 years old back in the days, guys. People are living to 92 now. Social Security and government being able to take care of people, which we've been used to in this system, it's done, guys. The country is bankrupt. So now you have people living longer. You have all the baby boomers holding most of the wealth, and they need that wealth into this new economy. So now the transition you're going to see now is them convincing and moving the new wave of energy or all the money down into I can't say that word, digitization, tokenization, blockchain technology. And in 10 years, people aren't even going to know they're using cryptocurrency. They're going to have no idea that they're using the blockchain technology that we invested in. So BlackRock CEO Larry Fink wants baby boomers to fix retirement crisis. It's no wonder young generations, millennials and Gen Zs are so economically anxious. He says, well, people are living living longer lives, but struggling to afford them and plan properly. Fink used his annual letter, in his annual letter, sorry, my allergies are going crazy, guys. World's largest asset manager, to urge corporate leaders and politicians to pursue an organization high level effort to rethink the retirement system, let me repeat that, rethink the retirement system. More than half of BlackRock's 10 trillion, bigger than most global GDPs, I put that in there, of client assets are managed for retirement. 10 trillion are managed for retirement. It's no wonder younger generations, millennials and Gen Zs, are economically anxious. Fink wrote in a letter to BlackRock's investors Tuesday. They believe my generation, the baby boomers, have focused on their own financial well-being, which is very true, to the detriment of who comes next. So that is very, very true. It's like our generation after the baby boomers is like a lost generation where they basically focused on it's like there wasn't any financial education or anything passed down, or our parents got the deep indoctrination from the 1900s that got passed down, right? Would that be twice? 1900s to, yeah. So they got the indoctrination of the 1900s, which we moved from a society of educated people to a society of workers. And the baby boomers, I think that would be the right math there. The baby boomers would have got that education, and now there's no financial education. And so now we're moving into a brave new world where everybody outside the baby boomers is now using, TikTok, Instagram, we're using Venmo, we're using all this stuff, but all the money's with the baby boomers. Okay. But let's listen to it from Larry Fink's mouth.
Let's just use a statistic. And I think that when I talk about this statistic, I get frightened.
So listen, they keep bringing this up. So Jerome Powell said that he literally he's worried. He said this is unsustainable in America. This is Larry Fink, the largest asset manager in the world. He's frightened by this statistic.
In the year 2000, the U.S. deficit was $8 trillion. Today, it's $34 trillion. So 23 years later, we increased our deficit by $26 trillion. So for the first 40 years, we increased our deficit to 8 trillion. And in the last 23 years, we increased it by $26 trillion. I think that speaks volumes of what's happening in our country today. The problem with these type of deficits is, and now and I believe higher interest rates for longer, the cost of financing our deficits are going to erode more and more of our disposable income as a country. And I do believe we're getting to a point where our public debt is going to start crowding out private capital, and we're going to have structurally higher interest rates.
What can the private?
So I've been telling you guys this. He just explained it perfectly. Guys, you think interest rates are high and you think things are unaffordable now? We have to have higher interest rates, guys. They need to jack up interest rate. It's going to make everything unaffordable. Remember what the World Economic Forum said, 2030, you're going to own nothing and be happy. Guys, that's how they're going to do it. They're going to raise interest rates. Nobody can afford a home anymore, guys. Larry Fink sits on the board of trustees for the World Economic Forum, guys.
Private sector do to trigger some action in that regard? I mean, you're the head of the largest asset manager in the world, Larry Fink. It's not just you, but you have some influence. At this point, we have candidates running for president who aren't even talking about this.
It's not even a conversation. So in my letter, I talk about the need for more public-private investments. The United States is one of the last countries where we've had private capital investing in our infrastructure. And I believe if we changed our policies, privatized our airports and privatized maybe our ports, and having private capital investing that, then our public spending could be rededicated to more urgent social needs, more urgent needs, elevating our education, elevating our issues around Social Security and healthcare. And so I believe the need is to rethink what is the role and responsibility of the public sector for the development of better 21st century infrastructure. We know that we are going to have to digitize our entire economy.
Boom.
We know we're going to have to move forward on decarbonization. These require huge pools of money. Allow the private sector to be part of that. We have this enormous functional capital markets that can provide the capital. We as a country must use it more often and access the role of private sector. And
public and private sector coming together. How many times have you guys heard that? The public and private sector coming together. Digitize everything. He just said it, decarbonization. That is the World Economic Forum's mission. Decarbonization, tokenize everything, blockchain technology, supply chain management. We are not going to stop them from changing this. It is a brand new way of doing business. So now they're targeting the baby boomers, the largest amount of wealth. So what does that mean for you? If you're invested in blockchain technologies, fundamental cryptocurrencies that are going to survive regulation, that are going to change the monetary system, what do you think digitization is? Blockchain technology. What do you think cryptocurrency is? Distributed ledger technology, on-demand liquidity. Why do you think they switched the ISO messaging system and board? The messaging moving at the speed of light. Now money's going to move at the speed of light. It's all going to move through this quantum financial system. So what I personally did is I invested in speculative asset called crypto, started, late back in 2019, got exposure. 2020 started to really ramp up. And then I started to realize that, holy shit, this stuff is not regulated, and they're coming after this because they want it to be centralized. They want it run through the central banks. So I don't know how this is going to end up through regulation. So it'd be foolish for me not to pull profit. So as everybody was coming in, as we bought, we were pulling on the way out. We were using spreadsheets to pull our profits. And then what I do is I take my money personally, exactly what I do. And especially this bull run, I'll be pulling my profits and I'll be max funding my index universal life policies. I use insurance to insure my wealth. It allows me to access money at my retirement age tax-free, which is a code, tax code 7702A. So as people are getting taxed on the retirement, I'm accessing my own money that I put into my policies tax-free with the tax code 7702A. It's not a tax 7702A plan. That's a tax code that allows people to use insurance tax-free. Okay. So I also like liquidity, right? So as I'm building my wealth, have my family, say something happens with my family, I can access my money, right? What does a bank do? When you put your money into a bank, if you want to get a higher interest rate, you got to put it into a CD, they lock it up, or your 401k. It's locked up and you're not touching it until the end of your retirement. When you touch it, they tax you. Okay. So I like insuring my wealth. On top of that, I like business. I diversified in business because business, I believe, is one of the quickest ways to wealth and one of the greatest ways to wealth. And I can also, the harder I work and the more efficient I am, the more income I can create. With the income I create, I put it back into assets. So on the left side of the risk pyramid, there's a left side. Increasing profits is increasing risk. I pull from increasing profits and increasing risk down to the bottom of the risk pyramid, which is insurance, right? I do what the banks do. We're cut out the third party. It's basically what banks do. Precious metals, self-development, all those different things. So what I use is I use Merlin, the smartest way to track your crypto. We're the co-founders and creators of it. We created it to solve a massive problem for humanity so that you have actual structural, systematic way to look at your cryptocurrency. We don't hold your keys. We don't hold your combos. And when it gets to your exit plan, it sends you an alert. So you go non-emotionally and exit the market, right? I think that's the biggest key in what I want to get across to you guys. The foundation for me has always been God and Jesus Christ. That is my belief system. That is my foundation. That's what makes me the richest man in the world. On top of that, I have exit plans for everything within the physical world because it's physical. You always have to have an exit plan because they're ways of energy, except relationships. Okay. Except relationships. Have an exit plan for everything in your life, your business, your crypto, everything except your relationships. Okay, your relationships are soul, they're quantum, they're much bigger, they transcend this world. But everything else here is physical, right? You can't take it with you. So make sure that you take the things and either build generational wealth, experiences, things that are really going to help your soul, right? I think that's the biggest part I want to get across from that. So I exit the markets. When I exit, I put it into Index Universal Life From there, we make decisions. We let it settle. We make decisions. If the markets come down, we get back in. We don't borrow tax-free to get back in. With 50% of my portfolio I'm holding, I can leverage that. I can stake it for interest income. There's all kinds of ways to move to the right side of the cash flow quadrant. So hopefully that information helps, guys. Merlin is 30 days for free in the description of this video or my social media platform. Click the link. You can download it for 30 days for free. We have customer service to help you set up an exit plan. That's the biggest thing we got. On the back end of this week, I'm going to share with you guys. I have a free tool for you so you can actually set up an exit plan. So we have a free insurance consultation with my licensed team. We have free book. I'm going to have a free exit plan at the end. I want to give you as much free information. And then on the back end, we have products and services that you can use if you choose to, but we have tons of free resources for you guys. So if you want to just use the free resources, totally fine. We have access to all kinds of free information. And if you want to dive in, we got products and services to help you as well. So we love you guys. We appreciate you. As we always say, Warriors, rise, get your shit together. Let's go.